Berry Marketplace on Remembrance Day. Credit copyright David Dixon and licensed for voice under this Creative Commons license. In Rachel Mann's telling of the story, the traditional, male-centric deity died in the trenches of the Somme, but the churches will not let him go. I beg to differ. The patriarchal god didn't die in the Great War, though in British society we feel little connection to him today. He wasn't strafed down in the mud of no man's land or buried in an unnamed grave. British church membership had been declining steadily since the Victorian age and remained on this trajectory following the First World War, but macro studies like Richard Schweitzer's have found that levels of religious belief remained fairly consistent between 1914 and 1918. While some certainly lost their faith, others were drawn towards it by the challenges they faced. From the outbreak of the war, it was recognized in the Church of England that the religion of the trenches would have to be pragmatic, appealing to the needs of servicemen and responding to their problems. As the established church, this meant a direct appeal to the patriarchal God and creating a strong connection between a soldier's duty to their country and a Christian's duty to God. This appeal was made most clearly by the Archbishop of Canterbury, the Most Reverend Randall Davidson, who led the charge of the Church of England's militarism alongside his famously belligerent Bishop of London, Arthur Winnington Ingram. Davidson preached in August 1914 that avoiding war would have resulted in the loss of England's honour, England's chivalry to weaker peoples. It was therefore the duty of all good Britons, and ergo all good Christians, to do their bit for the war effort. This wasn't just jingoism, soon to be snuffed out by the stalemate of war. Today we look back on the king and country ethos of the times and later the Dunkirk spirit as romantically patriotic nostalgia, which, though less connected to religion, still maintains a sense of national paternalism. An appeal to a duty beyond ourselves and a reciprocal feeling of care from a body outside of our control remain reassuring concepts. In the ultra-masculinized environment of the military, particularly a century ago, it is easy to see why the Anglican Church extolled the patriarchal God throughout the war. He provided soldiers with guidance and gave them a reason for their responsibility. The Church reached these soldiers through its ministry in the Army Chaplains Department, as well as through the production of specific pocket Bibles and Gospels for servicemen which highlighted key phrases thought to inspire and provide comfort in times of hardship. The popular active service Gospels were accompanied by a message from the Commander-in-Chief of British Forces, Lord Roberts, further demonstrating the blurring of national and religious duty. It read, "I ask you to put your trust in God. He will watch over you and strengthen you. You will find in this little book guidance when you are in health, comfort when you are in sickness, and strength when you are in adversity." The God who watches and strengthens is the patriarchal God. Of course, it would be wrong to assert that because this material was published, it must have been read and believed by all. Yet the continual recurrence of such themes in wartime liturgy indicates that the appeal to the patriarchal God was seen as effective among soldiers. Comfort and strength are constantly recurring terms in wartime analyses of what is needed from religion by both chaplains and soldiers alike, and also in the commemoration